Hello everyone, welcome to Middle East Now here on i24 News. We'll begin with the headlines. An armed man takes hostages at Beirut bank demanding return of frozen funds. More details on the Iranian plot to assassinate American officials. And what's behind the flurry of news from Saudi Arabia that Israeli Twitter users have been getting lately in Hebrew? We'll begin with this. A hostage situation has just ended in the Federal Bank of Lebanon in Beirut. i24 News' Sarah Shlala is here with the latest. What's happening, Sarah?
Jacob, the scenes that I was looking at earlier, I don't know if you were able to see it, Al Arabiya station there was posting a lot of things. The scenes were chaotic outside and inside of the bank there, the Federal Bank of Beirut, West Beirut to be exact, in the capital there. From my understanding, security services had cordoned off the area and were trying to communicate with this man, the hostage taker, who had basically trapped everybody inside the bank. Again, my understanding, according to another video, is that it was just staff that was trapped in there, not necessarily customers. One of the customers, one of them, from what I know, an elderly man, because of his age, was released and set free. But now it's all come to an end. So he has been identified as 42-year-old Bassam Sheikh Hussein, and all he wanted was just his funds that belonged to him, and that's a very normal thing to want, but they're withheld and frozen by the banks there because of the crisis that we saw develop from 2019, the economic collapse. And anyway, for now, the hostage standoff has ended. The gunman has surrendered with no injuries, but that was only after hours of negotiations there that Bassam then accepted their offer, which was just to release some of his savings, not all. He was requesting $210,000. I don't believe that he ended up getting that whole amount, but he did get some. He was happy with it. He left everyone in peace, and then he released his hostages and he left, and it's all ended now. What I know, if we backtrack a little bit too, because this all happened just before noon today, he basically requested the money. When they said no to him, the tellers there, he said he started screaming. He said that he really needs this money for his relatives who are in dire, it seems like it was a dire humanitarian need. They needed the money for hospital bills, which is something really important, and something that the Lebanese government actually says that although the money for depositors is frozen because of the crisis, when it comes to humanitarian situations like this, there are exemptions. But then again, depositors say that the Lebanese government never lives up to its promise with this. So hence why he was in this situation. I'm not surprised that there was a confrontation like this between a depositor and the bank tellers, because the situation has become so dire there. People cannot even remove their savings. This is money that belongs to them. They're entitled to get their own money from their accounts, and it's just trapped in there. It's frozen. They're only allowed to get a small amount, and then the rest they can only cash them out in Lebanese pounds, which then devalues everything. And I know a lot of people are only just surviving there, obviously 80% living below the poverty line because of the collapse there and what the government has done to the country. But a lot of people are only just still remaining in the country, living there, because they have people supporting them outside of the country. You know, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, their grandkids, their kids, their relatives who send them money through Western Union or whatever other means to send money over for them to survive and continue living. But it's desperate times call for desperate situations like this, I guess, and that's why. Yes.
Sarah, thank you very much for the update. This is really just another example of the dire situation of the Lebanese economy.